Damon L. Jacobs from We Love Soaps coming from the set of One Life to Live. Stay tuned. We have some fascinating interviews coming up. Check it out. I am sitting here with Jessica Leccia of One Life to Live. It is so wonderful to talk with you again. We've missed you.
Thank you.
We've missed you this past year.
It went quick, I think.
Can you believe it's been a year since that final wrap day at Guideline?
I think it was it the 9th?
I think it was.
I was talking to someone and I was like, it was a year ago. It was today, I think. Yeah.
How has this been? I mean, it was the ending of that, but you had a new baby. I can't believe she's already one.
She's toddling around. She's saying stuff. So yeah, that all happened at the very same time. So what could have been the saddest time ever, it helped that I had the baby to go home to. Since I was saying goodbye to, Guiding Light and the people there, it really helped that I had something else to focus on. Work.
A lot of work.
A lot of work.
A lot of work.
Good work.
And then in between, you've also been working on Venice.
Yes.
Yes. So let's talk Venice, and then I want to talk about your new character on One Life to Live.
Okay.
Your character on Venice had probably my favorite line of the season.
Oh, God.
And it was towards the end of the season when Gina says to Ari, "Oh, you're back." They're on the rooftop, and she sees you with Nadia. Yes. She says, "Oh, you're back," and you just say, "I never went anywhere."
Is that your favorite line?
Yeah, I love that line.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
You're like, I didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, well, yeah, it did say a lot for that scene. Mm-hmm.
It was a very naturally awkward moment. Mm-hmm. How is Venice going?
It's going really well. It's, this little love project that a bunch of us clambered on. Crystal's really smart, and she got a lot of people that were really smart too. I'm not, talking about myself. I'm just an opportunist. But I think it turned out really well. We're all really excited about it, and lots of familiar faces, Hillary and Gina.
That's right.
So we go off and we have a little vacation, and then we come back to work, and we're like, it's just a lot of fun.
What can you tell us about season 2? About your character in season 2?
What can I tell you? There's some drama. There's love and romance and heartache and all that stuff that people seem to like. Mm-hmm. It's all there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't go into details, but you know what I mean.
But it's gonna be good.
You know what I'm saying.
It's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now you're at One Life to Live, which I'm so thrilled about.
Me too.
You've got this new character. Tell us about Inez.
Inez is a new character. She is a mom, so I can totally relate now. She's got some sons, some strapping young men as sons, and they're kind of all over the place with what they're involved in. So, in essence, she gets to be sort of a part of all that too. These 3 boys that she has, what's going on with them.
Now, we are just getting to know her, but so far, we know that she has been through a lot in her life. Mm-hmm. She was involved, she was married to a very abusive man.
Yes. Not a nice guy.
Not a nice guy.
Although he was at one time, there's always some kind of tiny little redeeming morsel about someone. But then all downhill after that, things were very, very bad for the entire family.
Right. And it is kind of a brand new family and a brand new story, so there is a lot that is still being formed. But apparently, so Inez was involved with this person. He was good to her at one point, and then something
Probably
happened.
very, very early on, and then... Yeah, very volatile, abusive relationship between them, and also between him and his sons. All very ugly stuff.
And so she's had to sacrifice quite a bit in order to protect her youngest son.
Yes. Her youngest son she was pregnant with her younger son, the youngest son, when she parted ways with her husband and her 2 other children.
And why was that?
Sort of kicked her out. He was he's a criminal, and I guess he's got that criminal paranoia thing going on, and he was physically abusing her and mentally abusing her, and at that point she was kicked out of the home and kind of forced to fend for herself and try to protect herself and this baby she was carrying, while simultaneously worrying about the two that she left behind, and all that horrible stuff.
So there is a lot for you to get into there.
Mm-hmm.
How, as an actress, do you approach the role of a woman who's been so abused and treated so poorly?
Well, you just have to get into the mindset of there's a reason for everything, and it's a heartbreaking story, but it's kind of an age-old tale of you have to get into how does someone stay that long? How does someone protect themselves? How does someone leave? How does someone stay? You have to find reasons why for all that stuff that happens.
Right.
And not judge.
Right. As a therapist, I've worked with abused women relationships, and as well as some abused men, and understand that there is a cycle. As you said, there can be the honeymoon period where things are very, very wonderful, yep. The tension that leads up to something, and then an act of violence or some sort of release of that tension, which is usually violent.
Right.
But
then when there's children involved, it's always a different ballgame for everybody.
Right. And yet, some people may watch Inez and think, how could she have left her two sons with this man who she knew was violent and dangerous?
That's the biggest question. And then, the only answer is there's a lot of story there. It's been addressed. I'm sure it'll be hashed out some more. There's always reasons.
Yes.
You have to. It was a no-win situation for her, no matter what she did. So, and it's very sad.
It is, but one of the wonderful things I think about soaps and about the continuing story format is that they can tell a gripping story about this that's complex and tell it really over time. Instead of like a 2-hour movie or something,
right.
Not a story of the week, but this is really often, a story that can, I know that a lot of our viewers and women and men will relate to.
Yeah.
And often be able to get
and you've also seen, this whole story manifested in the characters of boys, and all the things that they go through and how they, relate to the world and other people, and it's very interesting.
Yeah. Now, I wonder if Inez might have some good things coming up, some happy things coming up in her life.
She's got some fun things happening.
Yeah.
She's trying to assimilate with her children and figure out her place, and trying to reform a family that was sort of never really fully formed. But in the meantime, she's in this new town and meeting new people, and trying to work and support her family and get herself together and all that stuff.